Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It is 92 degrees, but that's not true. It's about 94. It's 5 a.m. over on the East Coast, and we are into Monday, April 22, start of the big earnings week. Big earnings week. Today, nobody out of interest for me. If any of these names are names that you are very familiar with or like to trade, would like to trade, send me a message. 90% chance I already have the name charted. Happy to share it with you. Happy to share my views on it. Today is Monday, and as I emailed out, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? That's not it. Where are you? Anyway, I'm not going to waste your time. It's Monday. So, as you know, it is Monday. We are looking at a end pause, not end pause. We will just call it a pause. 6 days, red closes, SPX. What we're looking for today, even though today is Monday and I have to find that. I have to. Where are you? I'm just going to have to open it up again. As I shared with you on the email over the weekend, Monday's start of the week, they have all been going down. 15 weeks, 4 have been green. Beginning of the year, after the first week of the year, and then March 18th. We have 6 red closes in a row, 3 consecutive down weeks, as I shared with you on the weekend. That's why the email went out. The Monday risk trade, 49.60 puts, 49.65 puts. They are down to $1, as I shared over there in the alert room. Over on the spreads, you're down to $1 right now. So, want to take it off? Feel free to. But quite frankly, we're looking for a green close. Futures are up nice. And today, it again goes back to the same exact discussion that we were having on Friday. But I'll come to this in a second. Come over here on the futures. I really want particular interest to be shared with this, as the Dow futures are embarking on Monday of last week's highs. In other words, they are about to take out the highs of last week. That's how strong the Dow was on Friday. Come over onto the NQ. The NQ, where everything got beat up, beat to shit, and that's where it all was. Right down to that 2023 high on Friday on the NQ. And here it is, slowly shuffling itself back to try and resuscitate itself. And I have all of your pivots that are your primary pivots for upside in the email. Come over onto the ES, and again, that big falling wedge, falling impulsive move down, right back into the trend line here on the support side. But again, it all comes back to the same number that it was there on Friday. That number I'll share with you in a second. And here's the Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 actually recovering a hell of a lot better than the NASDAQ, which again goes on to show you the Dow, the Russell, much better situation than what you have going over on the NASDAQ. And on the NASDAQ, you have all of your big weight starting to report earnings this week. So bring it over onto the SPX and the VIX and everybody. IWM. 0 DTE begins today on IWM. I will, because I'm very familiar with the IWM. Obviously, we've had quite a few alerts on the IWM. I will go ahead and create my spreadsheet on IWM today. Like I mentioned, too much going on over here over the weekend. I simply didn't have time. But at the same time, I want to watch how these 0 DTE options trade. I want to see the pricing. I want to see the volume. And after a couple of days of watching it, I'll determine whether or not there's anything out there that's actually tradable for our attention, because I don't want to take attention away from the bread and butter SPX, SPY, QQQ. But I will be watching the IWM. On to the VIX. Like I said, we hit that 2102 on Friday, and here we are climbing down. But we still need that move down to 1811. That move down to 1811 and below it will start to confirm that there is actually a chance for the SPX SPY to start moving to the upside. A bigger confirmation will be a breakdown below that 17. Even larger will start indicating that this wave of the dip has completed, and we are looking at least that 10, 12-day window as we go from full moon to new moon through all of the big earnings to see a move on the VIX down below 1622, filling that big, big gap that you had from as we got started into this whole thing. So come over onto the SPX looking at a 2-day chart, 2 days only, because the number one problem remains 49.91. That is your primary problem area, 49.91. When 49.91 has sufficed itself and we are trending as support on it, your major problem, once again, going back to Thursday and Wednesday, is going to be that 50-55 area. So 49.91 is your first problem. 50-55 is the second problem. And over here on the QQQ, like I said, big, big move down, right down to the 2023 highs, trending to the upside overnight, but you took an absolute ass whipping on Friday, how they sold everything off on major tech before earnings. The primary, with this right now being right on our secondary target 416, the primary area of interest is going to be in this 425 area. So although we are talking about a major move to the upside, that will be the primary resistance area. And this 416, 416.79 to be specific, will have to provide itself as support. And as you can see here, 416, it has been doing the best that it can do at the moment to provide that visualization to show for us that we do have support here. So check in on your emails. I've got your charts in your emails, got a couple of topics in your emails about today. All we're looking for is a green day today. Tomorrow's a completely different story, but all we're looking for is a green day today. And again, one of the things that I pointed out over on the SPX, today is 11 trading sessions without a plus 1% move. So I'm going to be watching out for that plus 1% move and see what kind of health we have on our short-term, where we are as far as our support and our resistance, and see whether or not, like I mentioned, this first wave has ended and we are now going to start moving into a 2-week, 2.5-week move to the upside relief. I'll have all your retracement pivots in the email. Have a beautiful morning. Start your day off fresh. Start your week off fresh, because you're the most important bastard in your entire life. And I say that with a smile on my face.